crypto warriors, changing our world day by day. The way of the crypto warriors, can't rely on the bankers, no way.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, Bix Weir, roadrunner.com. Good morning, one of these, your sip of chaga coffee. With my vitamin D, with my vitamin C, with everything. Keep it going. Fight this issue. California's still on lockdown. Crazy. Are you kidding me? There's an attempt to recall our governor. Will it work? It's like recalling the Clintons. You know, it's like they're all in the same vote rigging game. The votes haven't changed. The way California votes hasn't changed. So, we'll see what happens. Let's talk about happy things today. Happy things. Cryptos are looking strong. It's hysterical. It's not hysterical. It is predictable that people are projecting a huge crash in cryptos so that they can load up on cryptos. These are people who got shell-shocked by the 2017-2018 crash, which was kind of telegraphed. I mean, Chris Giancarlo, the head of the CFTC, came out before and said, hey, don't forget, crypto exchanges aren't regulated. Don't forget, like 2 months before. And then he and the Trump administration and the powers that be decided to destroy the cryptos by using the Bitcoin from the Mt. Gox bankruptcy, which they still have one of my Bitcoin, by the way. I'm just saying that has not been resolved after 8 years or 9 years or whatever it is. So they do get telegraphed when they do make an operation. I don't think we're anywhere close to that. I'm sorry, all you shell-shocked people. I understand. The cryptos have gone up, you're back in the green, and you're thinking, oh my God, I'm going to outsmart the bad guys this time. And I'm going to sell everything before they slam it, and then I'm going to buy everything back. And it's just not only my buddy Snippy saying this. There's a hell of a lot of people, even psychics. Psychics pick up on the vibrational energy of humanity. If all the crypto people are freaked out about a crash, they're going to pick up on that, in my opinion. My opinion also says, not this time, my friends. You need to remove yourself from the shell shock and remember, hodlers win always. If you buy the right thing at an undervalued price, you're going to win. You just get to sleep at night. All these traders can't sleep at night. It's really negative energy wishing for a crash. And it keeps you up at night. And I remember in the early days when I first got into silver, I thought I could time when this bad guys are going to slam silver. And I was playing the silver mining stocks. I'm like, oh my God, I could play this so that I short, I think it was Newmont. No, it wasn't Newmont. It was PAS, Pan American Silver. If I short PAS right before they slam silver, I can make money going down. Dude, I'm so smart. I'm going to figure out what they're doing and when they're doing it. So I did it. I shorted Pan American Silver in one of the booms in early 2000s or mid 2000s. And I'm like, okay, this is the right move. I didn't sleep for 2 days. I couldn't breathe. Every time I looked at it, I'm like, oh my God, it's going to run up and I'm not going to be in. Ended up selling it or closing my short at a loss. And then later on, it got slammed. What did I learn from that experience? Everything's about learning from experience. I learned you're better off just hodling. You're going to stay up all night. You're going to be wishing for bad things. Let's always be on the side of good. Always be for things, as my father used to say. Always be for things. So I am for the cryptos continuing to move up. As a matter of fact, a really good guiding principle is the Mayer multiplier. I'm very old school. Very old school. Trace Mayer put together an amazing tool for crypto investors way back when. I mean, I don't even know when he came out with the Mayer multiplier, but it is the average. The average Mayer multiplier since its creation of Bitcoin is 1.38. Mayer multiple is historically been higher than today's value 14% of the time. What it is, I'll show you the chart. The red line 2.4 is where it's the only time really you want to start thinking about selling cryptos, is over 2.4. And right now, what were we at? 2.06. So we got a long way to go here. And you can see historically that's exactly what happens. Anything over 2.4. And then the magnitude of the rise above 2.4 is it's going to magnify the slam down. So you see this back in 2011. It got slammed down below the Mayer multiplier. It hovered down there for a couple years. And we have these couple year pullbacks. There'll be little pullbacks and then couple year pullbacks. The next one was about half as big and then about half as big again. And then we had the long drought from 2014 all the way up to the big buildup of 2016 into 2018 and then the Christian Carlos slam. But look where the Mayer multiple was. It was well above the 2.4. And then it went down. It wasn't as bad as some of the past ones. I know people have a hard time with cryptocurrencies. If you're new to it, if you haven't experienced 2 or 3 of the pullback years, if you have only experienced one, which is most people out there, you are afraid. You can't go to sleep at night. Oh my God, my crypto's going to crash. I'm going to be smart and get out and then time the bottom. Good luck with that. It's going to keep you up at night. That's why I'm a big fan of HODLing. Right now, all the traders have lost. They've lost. They've lost out on the gains. And they will continue to lose out until they FOMO back in, and then that's when the crash happens. So here we are with the Mayer multiple down at, it's well below 2. It's about, well below 2.4. And no, it's basically saying there's not going to be a crash. There's actually probably going to be another decent run up. The big crash, if we go off historicals, isn't going to happen until next year anyway. So you should be hodling. Hold on for dear life. That's the for dear life part. It's not easy to hodl. And when cryptos are crashed on rock bottom prices, everybody's calling you an idiot for hodling. And so you sell at the bottom. And then over time, all of a sudden, bang, it moves up and all the traders are knocked out of their position because they sold at a 10% gain. I hope this makes sense. If you're into cryptos, just hold on. Hold on for dear life. Pick the right cryptos and hold on for dear life. So the Mayer multiple, how is it figured and all that? The Mayer multiple was created by Trace Mayer as a way to analyze the price of Bitcoin in a historical context. It does not tell you whether to buy, sell, or hold. The Mayer multiple is the multiple of the current Bitcoin price over the 200-day moving average. It's that simple. Current Bitcoin price over 200-day moving average. Now, why is it 2.4? Now, Trace is brilliant, by the way. He's one of the first guys who was in my circles, which is the gold and silver circle, who was saying, hey, everybody needs to look at this thing Bitcoin. I don't know what it was. I laughed at it at the beginning. I'm like, Trace, you've lost your mind. And of course not. Brilliant guy. A gift to humanity. In some ways. I love him to death, though. And he is absolutely right. So Y2.4's simulations performed by Trace Mayer determined that in the past, the best long-term results, these are hodlers' language. The best long-term results were achieved by accumulating Bitcoin whenever the Mayer multiple was below 2.4, which it is now. It doesn't crash if it's below 2.4. Since the simulations were based on historical data, they are only purely educational and should not be used as a basis of any final decision. I agree to that. So yes, no, we're not looking at a crash. A pullback? Sure. But here's the thing. There's all this talk of a financial issue, financial collapse. And I'm the first one to say it. I've said, oh my God, this system should have collapsed back in 1914, a week after they signed the Federal Reserve Act. It should have crashed. But there are plenty of reasons to say the system is unsustainable. It has been sustained by fraud, by manipulation, by the rigging of the silver and gold markets. That's the number one thing. The number one thing. And that's about to end. I know a lot of people said, Bix, it never ends. You're full of shit. Take it as you will. If you go to the Road to Ruta documentation, it doesn't show Ruta going into the bank handing in derivatives for US dollars, does it? No, it shows Ruta going into the bank with ounces of gold, 19 ounces of gold, and getting cash back from a bank with a chart of gold in the back. This is from the Federal Reserve System. 3 pages earlier, it shows a picture of the Gatta painting, the amazing painting of Gatta, which I do have on my wall. I got too many personal things over there to show you at the moment, but it's the GATA warriors coming in to the Federal Reserve. Bill Murphy on his horse with his GATA flag. The Fed is covered in darkness, and then half of it is light. In the Federal Reserve comic books, this is the Banking Basics Road to Ruta book. The Fed is in pure light, and the door is open. 3 pages before this. I know a lot of you have not done the research, but that's okay. If you want to learn about it, go to roadtoruta.com. There's a search function right at the top. Now, the Road to Ruta website is going to be completely revamped in the next 6 months. I would say 3 months. Josh is taking care of this. Paige is taking care of other stuff. We're going to have a support section at Road to Ruta, believe it or not, because I just can't get to the thousands of emails I get. I'm sorry about that. I am, truly. In the early days, I used to respond to every email. I would walk people through how to get Bitcoin and how to set up a wallet. Now we have a page of instructions. That's all we can do. There's just not enough time. Okay. Back to our earlier discussion. I don't believe we're looking at a crash in cryptos. Now, if the monetary system crashes and the banking system crashes, where there are signs of that going on, I think some of them will. I think the cryptos who are just there for show could go away easily. As a matter of fact, I think Bitcoin will struggle. I think Bitcoin has become too expensive and too slow. So I think it will struggle. But I think there's a handful of cryptos, when everything else goes through the next crypto crash, which is probably next year, they will rise to the top. That's the whole idea. Remember, try to remember what cryptos represent: an alternative to the unbacked fiat system, alternative to the bankster system. And what are the best cryptos? Decentralized cryptos. Necessary infrastructure, but completely decentralized as can be. Remember that. Remember that. Because when we have the next crash, yes, there'll be people trying to get out of cryptos. The banks will be trying to get out of cryptos that they were in, right? To cover their other debts in other places. So they're going to sell all their gold and their cryptos, because they're going to have to plug holes in their balance sheet. But what don't they own? They don't own the new decentralized crypto infrastructure tokens. And one of my favorite, as everybody knows, is Theta. Theta is decentralized internet. It is broadband. It is necessary for a high-tech future. I think there's a high likelihood in my world, and that's a conspiracy world, so don't you ever bet on that other cryptos will really take a hit and Theta will take a moonshot, and a couple other cryptos, because they are necessary for our future. And it's not full of banksters. It's not full of criminal whales. It's full of good people like you and me. They're coming in. They're trying to get in. That's why the price is at almost $13 right now. From what, 4 cents? When we were screaming about it on the Road to Ruta? So yes, do I think there's a crypto pullback, a big one coming up, if the banking system goes through a little chaos? Absolutely. Does that mean that all cryptos are going to fall down and get destroyed? Not a chance. I think there's so many people waiting in the wings saying, okay, I'm going to outsmart the banksters this time. I'm going to be on the sidelines with cash. First of all, cash in an exchange is like giving away your money. They are the first to shut down in a banking collapse. No, you will not be able to buy at the low if the banking system falls apart and cryptos crash, because your money will be gone. Remember, these are completely unregulated. The only thing the regulators do is they're pretty good at getting your cash out because they create the cash. Well, then again, talk to anybody who invested in Bernie Madoff. That was completely fraudulent. Completely, the SIPC insurance was gone instantly. They're lucky to be knee deep in the criminal cabal, so they were able to. Most people who invested in that were able to get a large portion of their investment back, because those are the people who create the money. So they lied, cheated, and bent every rule to create more money to give to these investors. Yeah. So that's where we are right now. I do not see a collapse in cryptos that will be part of our future, part of our infrastructure, part of the decentralized world we're headed into. And the number one in my book, by far, is Theta. Yes, Theta. That was first heard about it through Michelle White Dove and Snippy. Don't forget Snippy. He was saying, the way that went back then was Michelle White Dove told one of her clients, Pete, who was asking about crypto, she said, Spirit just said Theta. I don't know, is there a crypto named Theta? And Pete goes to Joe. Hey, Joe, is there a crypto named Theta? Snippy had no idea, so he looks it up. This wasn't one covered by Cliff. As a matter of fact, Cliff looked at it briefly and said, "No, you can't have videos on a blockchain because it's too slow." He didn't understand the full concept of it. And then we sent him the white paper, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I get it." So that's how I found out about it. There were people, obviously, in the crypto world who knew all about it and were waiting in the wings for the ICO that was stopped. The ICO was stopped. Great move, amazing move. The ICO was stopped. That was an amazing move because it pretty much, for the most part, keeps us out of the clutches, the claws of the SEC. So yes, number one crypto in everybody's portfolio, yes, even now, should be Theta. It is going to the thousands. Is the internet important in our future? Yes. It is absolutely necessary. And is there a problem with the internet? Oh my God, there's congressional hearings going on right now about the problem with the broadband infrastructure. It's not big enough. It is filling up like you would not believe, and it is necessary for both the citizens of the world and the businesses of the world and the Internet of Things. Everything is absolutely dependent upon the expansion of broadband. We need high-speed broadband to equalize the education abilities of every single person on the planet, and it can be done. No, it is not going to be the proposals that are on the table now, a partnership between governments and big corporations. They are way behind, and cannot be done, obviously, with government. Now, government can create massive amounts of money, but trillions and trillions of dollars isn't going to fix this problem. It's too big and too necessary, and it's happening too fast. Unless they start right now. Imagine a cell phone tower on every block type of thing. That's what would be needed. Or how about a computer on every block? How about dozens of computers on every block? Sharing broadband with everybody in the community at speeds that are astronomical. That's what Theta is. Did you just get chills? You should. It's a software program download. It is a technology company and a cryptocurrency economy. I hope this is sinking in. It is going into the thousands. Not today, maybe tomorrow. I'd see it 1,000 by next year. By next year. And people were laughing at me when I was saying that at 10 cents or 5 cents. They had a 40x last year. It's going to 40x this year, which it puts it at 8.88. I know I'm preaching to the crowd, preaching to the congregation, preaching to I don't remember how. You're supposed to be preaching to the congregation, I think. I don't know. But you guys know by now. If you've been on the road to it long enough, you know. If you want to not only get wealthy, just preserve your wealth. Put a little bit in to have a solid middle class foundation. Get yourself a Theta node. You're going to be earning Theta Fuel for the rest of your life. A Theta node's only 1,000. Well, 1,000 used to be a little bit. Now it's a lot. A node right now is $12,000. That's a lot of money. But you could start little. And you could be earning Theta Fuel at that low, the way Theta Fuel is allocated now, it could be days, but then you'll get a larger chunk. But you'll get the same over time, same amount of Theta Fuel allocated. Theta Fuel, yes, it is going to $1. It is going to $10. From there, I don't know. I would rather have Theta because Theta is the governance token of the Theta blockchain. The Theta holders can vote and decide to make another $5 billion token Theta Fuel airdrop type of thing. Yeah, if Theta Fuel gets too expensive and too weirdly in the ecosystem, absolutely. That's why Theta was created, is to govern over not only the Theta blockchain to approve transactions, make sure everything's on the up and up with these big corporations who are all validator nodes. It's the little guys, the guardians, that make sure Sony and Google and Samsung and soon to be Apple and Netflix and Verizon or whoever adds as a validator, make sure that they're doing the right thing. And so I'm very proud of being part of the Guardian node experience. Gpool. Absolutely. There is no risk for holding, for staking to Gpool. The tokens stay on your own wallet. I was reading somewhere, I think it was Pete of Michelle Whitedove's group, that they're a little leery of Gpool. There is no risk in Gpool. The coins never leave your wallet. It just moves from unstaked, from the wallet. You'll see it under your tokens under wallet, and then it moves to the stake section of the same wallet. The only place that those tokens can be returned is to your own same wallet address. Okay? The risk in Gpool is that they stop mining, which they got 7 computers running the same tiny program around the world. I think it's around 7, something like that. And the best uptime of any of the nodes. So what would be the risk? Let's just say Gpool goes away. There's some kind of thing that they just shut down. All you do is unstake your Theta. It comes right back into your wallet, no risk. And then you can run your own Guardian node off your computer if you want, or join somebody else's pool. Theta is beginning a pool. They have to have a pool because they're going to do one-click staking. One-click staking. And that's supposed to come any day now. So, got Theta? All right. So yes, and T-Fuel, it will do well. It will do great. And it is, obviously. How about this one? We've talked about which cryptos will get slammed in the next slam and which will rise to the top and shine as a decentralized solution. Holocoin. Holo or Holo. Holochain, this is the Jenny Moonstone. For private road members, this was the second elemental coin. She's got 4 elemental coins that are coming. Number 1 was Fire, was Theta. Number 2, Holochain, Holo, Hot. Careful, there's 2 hots. Anybody who wants to know how to buy it, I'm getting that a lot. You need to do your own homework, but all you have to do is go to CoinMarketCap, look up Holo, H-O-L-O, Hot is the symbol, and hit markets, and it shows every market that it's trading on. You can do this with any crypto. So obviously, it's on Binance, but this is the Asian Binance. In America, they hold back the best coins from you. You can't get Theta. You can't get Holo. But these are all the exchanges. Binance, Big One, Uniswap, Probit, Gate.io. All you got to do is make sure that do test transactions. The key is, on all these exchanges, make sure that you can take delivery of your Holochain tokens. Hot. Now remember, there's 2 hots. What was the name of the other one? It's like, let's see. Hot. Hydro is also known as Hot. Hydro Protocol. I heard that's so-so. But it's number 7. Hot. Hot. Up 50% today. Miss Moonstone just made a hell of a lot of Road to Root members who took action on what she said a couple weeks ago. Took action. She just made them all rich again. Thank you, Miss Moonstone. We will have another session this Thursday. It'll be posted probably Friday on the private road. And let me tell you, she's been jumping up and down, screaming at me, don't worry about silver until April. And then end of April, beginning of May is the silver excitement. Mid to late April. She's been screaming at me every time what about silver? What about silver? She's like, chill your jets. You want silver action? You'll get plenty of silver action in April. All right. So lots more about Holocoin, the Holochain. What is it? It's decentralized apps. It's a decentralized iCloud. Wow. How big is that? Monster. So Theta, decentralized broadband. Holo, decentralized iCloud. There's 2 more. Jenny's got 2 more of the elemental coins. You got to join the private road to get the scoop. We don't know what they are yet. We're working on it. Hit subscribe today at roadtoruda.com. You get 1 year, it's $2.99 for a year, less than $1 a day. Also, we do have a Theta page. The Theta page on how to buy, store, and stake Theta. It is, now there's a couple things. One of my favorite is the Theta price speculation graph, which I put together myself off of mainly Hitomi, the remote viewer, put this graph together for Theta, and we're getting that point where it goes like this. Big jump in Theta is coming. I can't tell you what day. I don't know, because she didn't have the days and even the values written down. But she was, if you watch her whole reading on this, is a crypto viewing, by the way. Dick Allgaier's gang, amazing stuff on Patreon. There's a few Patreons you need to subscribe to. Crypto Viewing and Michelle White Dove. Those are the 2 main ones I said you gotta get on. There's a lot of other ones. And some are entertainment value, some are helping people out. Litecoin Lisa. Get on Litecoin Lisa's Patreon. She has a lot of great information. And you help her out. Those are the kind of people we want to help out. And I have a Patreon as well. It has a lot of this stuff. But, the private road gets all the archives. But all the Jenny Moonstones are posted on the Patreon as well. What is that? I think it's $20 a month, something like that. I don't even know. Check that out. Anyway, that's all I got for you. No, I don't think we are at any kind of big slam in cryptos. The mere multiple's not there. If we do have a slam in the economic system that forces all banking systems to get crushed, I think the ultimate assets to hold are the decentralized ones. Theta Fuel, Holochain, Hot. And then there's 2 more coming. Of course, gold and silver. That should be a given by now. I'm talking to Andy Scheckman today about gold and silver. I'll post that on the public road for Road to Ruda. Definitely, if you want silver, send Andy an email, andy@milesfranklin.com, before the April Madness starts. You want to be in a position where you're not having to pay $10 premiums, $20 premiums to try to get your silver, and you still can't get it. Remember, silver will go unobtainium, meaning you can't get it at any price. So check that out. And at 12 o'clock today, I'll be talking to Jean-Claude Beyond Mystic. Whatever he wants to talk about. He loves the woo-woo. He loves silver. He loves cryptos. I think he sold some of his Theta. I'm going to ask him if he sold some of his Theta on the Snippy recommendation. I know he bought XRP for some God knows reason. Anyway, I'll be talking to him about all that stuff. And Bitcoin Ben tomorrow. Talking to Bitcoin Ben tomorrow on his channel, both his YouTube channel and Patreon. So go to roadtoruda.com, get the public emails on the left side so you keep up to date with all the stuff I'm doing. All right? Bix Weir, roadtoruda.com. I'll talk to you.